Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. Tonight we continue our trek in the frozen castle. A scorned vampire girl that nearly electrocuted Gabriel to death witnessed an act of kindness from the ghost of his late wife, and chose to leave him be. It's hard to tell if her softened feelings were genuine, but she may just be lonely and had perceived Gabriel as a playmate. We can't take our chances by hanging around in case she changes her mind or another horde of vampire warriors drops down from the ceiling. That reminds me, do they sleep like bats? Time for another midnight gaming session before I go to bed. It's one of the best ways to decompress after a hard week. To the outer wall.
Curious, isn't it? Love can be a powerful weapon, it seems, even to those who are dead. Laura has spared him. Though she has the power to take his life, she has given it back, and all for love. Perhaps she remembers her true mother's arms around her, comforting her before she became this creature. Perhaps she remembers the feelings of love thought long lost to her heart all those years ago. A child's love is without bitterness or boundaries, a pure love. I wonder what will become of her, this lost soul, when we kill her present mother and send her to the pits of hell where she belongs.
They say love overcomes all, after all. The full moon is bright out here. That's right, Gabriel. Take in the view before you climb that wall. I don't understand how Gabriel could reach that squirrel from here. I have seen a young child crying in the darkness. My first thought was to comfort her, but something stayed my hand. There was an evil surrounding her, something unholy. I made a quick escape up the rampart of the castle and am now exhausted. I have been unable to scavenge many gems here, for many of my brothers did not get this far. I fear that the task set before us is impossible and the world is lost, but I must not give up. You must be talking about Laura. Deadly toys. Oh, it's these dolls that she manifested to try to kill Gabriel. Lara, the quote-unquote daughter of the vampire lord, has brought these puppets into existence using a dark spell of her own making. She is able to control these toys and transfer the temporary life force from toy to toy, thus making them very difficult to defeat. However, so long as the spirit within is defeated, they cannot return. Inside, the crude stitching is the source of the spell, and by opening up the deadly toys, one can destroy the spell. This, in turn, will destroy the spirit forever, rendering the toy useless. I may have read that entry already, but just in case, I'll read it again because I feel that her reappearance is relevant to Gabriel's character development. The childlike appearance of Laura has led many to their deaths, for she is deceptive. The childlike appearance of Laura has led many to their deaths, for she is a deceptive, ruthless killer who has murdered hundreds of innocents over many centuries to satiate her blood craving. Although she has the body of a child, she has the cunning and intellect of someone far older. She can be particularly cruel, often treating the killing of her victims as a game. Must be a coping mechanism for her trauma. However, when at rest and alone, she remembers a time long past, a time of warmth and comfort, and a woman's beautiful voice singing to her as she sleeps, comforting her in the darkness, a life lost long ago. Once the second Lord of Shadow is vanquished, I'm sure she'll be fine. She'd be lonely once more, but she still has some humanity within her. I might need this. I'm gonna need light magic too. I have a feeling there's gonna be a nasty battle ahead. This area is littered with skeleton bones. Not a good sign. Perfect timing. There's a magic statue right over there. Another puzzle. Just great. I used all my remaining magic energy. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing energy right. Normally I don't. But for some reason, the words are a little hard to read. I used all my remaining magic energy trying to solve this puzzle, but cannot get past it. They told me that these clues would be enough to figure out a solution, but I am unable to find it. There are 6 runes in total, 3 of each color. There are 2 blue runes on the left side of the door. The runes closest to the door and those furthest away from it match the color of the ones placed in front of them. At least one of the runes which are farthest away from the door is blue. You will lose the puzzle's award by unlocking its solution. You're kidding me, right? That knight wrote that his magic energy is spent, but there's a magic replenishing statue right in front of him. Does he not know how to use it? Then again, some of these knives are not the smartest, are not the sharpest tools in the shed. These must be the runes. These are vampire warriors and not exciting. Vampires and skeletons working together. From here. And my energy finds like magic energy is set too. Once again. Walk to the rescue. No, you don't. And that should be the last of them. Nope, that's not right. I think I got it. Well done, Gabriel. Now I can see that breathtaking tower. But it's not but the path to it is not as straightforward as it looks. In fact, it's very, very, very narrow. Can't go back down there. How strange. What would I do that for? Whoa. No use climbing back up there. It's like walking across a tightrope. music stopped, so they must have. Managed to slip through in time. But I wonder what's in that chamber below. Not just yet. Looks like it could be used for someone's bedroom. But who'd want to call that space home? Especially one that's hanging high above the ground. You found the tower key! That's convenient. Wait, what? never seen such crystalline icicles. In a video game, that is. Is that a snake or a lion? I'll never know. The icicles are shaped like viper fangs. Finally, a healing statue. I needed this. That statue oddly looks like Maleficent. This must be where the tower key goes. Experience points measure the progression of your skills in the game. Points are earned by defeating enemies and solving puzzles. Usage. The number beneath the health bar indicates the amount of experience points available to spend. This will grow when you can buy a new combo from the travel book. You can spend experience points in the travel book to learn new combos or in the extras menu to unlock bonus features. I like how it's designed to look like a shield. Looks pretty patriotic. Holy Cross! With light magic active, this combo creates a dazzling blaze of light energy from your comeback cross. This glare can blind and damage any enemy caught in its beams, but you will be rooted to the spot where you use it, so select your target carefully. I was expecting something similar to Richter's use of the Holy Cross. But I suppose the way Gabriel would use it is a way of saying the power of Christ compels you. Or it might be some kind of exorcism. I don't see Gabriel being one. I think there's time to explore the Clockwork Tower.
The vampire's mercy is playing on his thoughts. I see that clearly on his face. Perhaps Laura reminded him of poor Claudia. Seeing his beloved Marie again has brought it all back to him. Marie's love is all he has now, and the hope of holding her again, the only hope. He is close now, close to the bitch who commands these vampire vermin. Gabriel will make her pay for the injustices he has felt at her hands. She is powerful. She will try every trick in the book to tempt him to her cause. There is just the small matter of the clockwork tower to overcome first. Another mad invention of Frankenstein that I hope will only delay his sweet revenge.
Small isn't the word I'd use. Laura has been on Gabriel's mind. She was the first individual of the long fire to show Gabriel an act of kindness, even after what she put him through. Beautiful to see that she could relate to him somehow. Laura living through all those years, immortal and stuck in a child's body. Her mind has matured, but her body hasn't. Guess that's why I was once told that immortality is a curse. I was just about to congratulate Gabriel for that trick. Hopefully this isn't going to give Gabriel any long-term damage. Another indication that this is Frankenstein's work. There's electricity all over the place. Mechanical contraptions like this. For a clock tower, I don't see any clocks inside of it. Unless it means there's a clock on the exterior. In which case, I have yet to find it. Goodness me. Gabriel just can't catch a break in this place. In fact, he hasn't been able to catch a break at all since Marie perished. During these moments of clarity, that's when Laura creeps into her thoughts, wondering if he'll run into her again. Whether as reluctant friends or enemies once more. Never a pleasant thought. I'll need more light. Perfect! A life gem! And he's back. And he's back on that balcony. Getting shocked once more. It amazes me how quickly he can get up afterwards. Is that the demoness that Claudia had summoned from the Dark Crystal? She looks like some kind of an angel. A celestial, to be exact. It's something, or some damn soul is dragging her into what appears to be a cauldron. Was that how the crystal demon came to be? Mind blown. Holy shoot, that scorpion's back! Nowhere to regenerate his health this time. Out of luck. Or was it a fetus? It's terribly gross either way. No wonder the vampire queen killed off Frankenstein. Some kind of elevator. Where is it taking Gabriel? What floor will it reach? It'll have to wait till next time because it's 1:18 a.m. right now and I need to get to bed. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Go.